A woman has been refused entry into a golf tournament here in Mississippi. Here's the full story. But first, thank you guys for tuning in to the Clay Edwards YouTube channel here at Save JXN on YouTube. We do appreciate it. It's Saturday afternoon, June 8th. This story set the internet on fire yesterday on Facebook here in central Mississippi, or all throughout Mississippi, should I say, as the original post by the mother of the girl, Michelle May Gross, has been shared well over 2,000 times with nearly 1,000 comments. We're going to just read the kind of Cliff Notes version of it here, and then we're going to switch back over to the Vicksburg News and give you their version of the events, because as you see here, it's rather lengthy, and I'm not that good of a public reader. I will copy and paste this and put it here in the comments for, not the comments, I'm sorry, in the description for you guys to read. Don't forget, check out my radio show every Monday through Friday morning right here in central Mississippi on 103.9 FM WYAB. It is the Clay Edwards Show. It is the most incendiary show on all of radio. We like to think so anyway. All right, here we go. This was yesterday about 2 p.m. Good afternoon. I am not one to post very often, as you can see by looking at my news feed. However, I do feel it necessary to speak when the truth could help make something right. Today, I feel the need to share a situation we found our family in the middle of. I'll throw out the short truth first, and then I'll give you the rest of the story, Paul Harvey style. Yesterday morning, less than 24 hours before my husband and daughter were set to tee off for a practice round of golf at a tournament they signed up for in April, my husband received a phone call from the golf pro letting him know that he and Lauren would not be allowed to play in the tournament because Lauren was a girl. Yes, you read that right. She goes, I understand it is their right as a private organization to not allow her to play. I am not arguing that. I'm just shocked. If you'd like to know the rest of the story, here it is. So we're going to switch back over. Like I said, it's rather lengthy, and I think the Vicksburg News did a really good job of kind of giving us a synopsis of it. It happened in Cleveland at the Cleveland Country Club. It says the annual event is not for men, but a girl has never played in it before. In 2024, in Cleveland, Mississippi, at the Cleveland Country Club, a woman has been refused entry into an annual tournament. The golf pro admits that it does not state anywhere that it is a men's only tournament, but a girl has never played in the tournament before, said the mother of the excluded player. The mother's social media post explains the family has participated in the event and been a part of the tournament family for decades. Quote, we have made this a tradition and gather together yearly to catch up with each other, drive through campus, see what new restaurants have been added, how the town has grown, changed, and what is still there since our time there. The mother and husband both graduated from Delta State. If you don't know, Delta State is in Cleveland, Mississippi. This year, my husband, his usual tournament partner, could not play because he is participating in his niece's wedding. So Stephen, the husband and dad, needed to find a temporary partner. Insert Lauren, their daughter. She was going to be home for the first summer in quite some time, explains Mom Michelle Gross. They fill out the usual paperwork, make travel plans, and book rooms for a nice family weekend to catch up with old friends and continue a tradition. On Thursday morning, they receive a phone call telling them Lauren was not going to be allowed to play. She says, we asked why. She is a girl. It's the only reason given, said Gross. Mom Gross said, we then proceed to ask if we missed something. Is it stated anywhere that this is a men's tournament? Does it say men's only? The golf pro admitted that it does not state anywhere that it is a men's only tournament, but a girl has never played in the tournament before. She says, my husband explains that if it had stated it were a men's tournament, he would never have asked her to play. He explained that we are fine with men or women only tournaments and was unaware that women were not allowed to play. Not one of the people that played with him on a regular basis believed that she would not be welcome. Stephen explained how wrong he felt like the club was for the decision, but also for calling less than 24 hours before they were to leave town to travel to Cleveland. He explained that Lauren expected no special treatment and that she would even play from the men's tees like everyone else. She just wanted to play. The country club asked for some time to discuss it and shortly after called back with a decision to let them know that it was going to stand. Lauren could not play. According to Gross, the country club said they did not want to open that can of worms. A call was made to the family from a country club board member who was also an old schoolmate of Stevens. The board member asked for a little time to discuss it with the rest of the board. Yesterday, the day before the event, around 10:15 a.m., the final decision from the country club was Lauren was not going to be allowed to play. Robert at the Cleveland Country Club Pro Shop spoke briefly with the Vicksburg Daily News and asked that we speak with the head pro, who of course was not available. Robert did not have a phone number for the head pro either. Robert did offer, however, quote, I can tell you the situation has been addressed with the appropriate people and has been taken care of, and that it is about the only comment to be made. And that is the only comment to be made. Quote, when asked if that meant Lauren would be allowed to play, Robert said, she is not playing. No, sir. The country club is open to women, has events for women, and they are currently featuring a woman on their social media profile. One person commented, she should have told them she identified as a man. They would have had to let her play, Shell Gross responded. She would never falsely represent herself. That wouldn't be right. She took it like a man. And they went to play golf at Mallard Point. For her part, Lauren wants everyone to know she is fine, but the story needs to be told, Mom Shell said. She thinks it happened to her for a reason. At the time of publication, the head pro had not contacted the Vicksburg News. Here's a picture of the entry form. As you see here, nowhere on it. See if we can make that a little bigger for y'all. Yeah, there we go. Nowhere on it does it mention man or woman. It just says Cleveland Country Club 48th Annual Floorball Invitational on June 8th and 9th, 2024. Entry fee, $225 a player, $450 a team. Golf cart fees, name, address, email, handicap. Yes, you would like to reserve a cart. Senior flights, name, email, blah, blah, blah. Nothing on there about man or woman. All right, so let's do this. We've gone through everything. We read both sides of the story here. So let me make my screen a little bigger. More of me, less of that. Look, I'm a girl dad. My daughter plays some sports, did pageants, all that stuff. I'm obviously a conservative. I'm anti-men being involved in women's sports in any way, form, or fashion outside of coaching. Look, I'm gonna side with the golf club on this one, with the country club. I don't like it, but if we're calling balls and strikes here, and we're saying we don't want men playing in women's tournaments, and we shouldn't have to even clarify that that it's not wanted or allowed. It should just be common sense. We got to use that same energy on the other side of this too. And I understand the disappointment of the mom, the family, and I do think the country club handled it wrong. But did they know that Lauren was a girl that I'm guessing if you've ever put an event together, a couple of days before, they were probably going through the entry stuff, getting entry forms, getting their stuff together, getting their list together, and they noticed a girl's name and said, oh crap, we got to let them know. Better to let them know a couple of days ahead of time or a day ahead of time, whatever, than when they got there. Again, it's a bad situation for all parties involved. But we sit here, and like Riley Gaines, for instance, has been making the rounds on a bunch of podcasts lately, really explaining what happened with the Leah Thomas stuff, with all the swimming and all that. And I don't really want to compare the two, but you got to draw the parallels, and you just got to put a fine line down the middle. Not a fine line, a very bold line. It's like men play men's sports, women play women's sports. And I know this is just such a drastic difference. It's a daughter and a father playing in a country club, and it's an opportunity for them to make memories together. The country club, they handled it wrong, but it should have just been assumed that it's probably an only men's tournament. I'm trying to rationalize it, and I'm almost changing my mind as I taught this. But it's just like I hate to draw a extreme comparison here, but I had this conversation with somebody the other day. I am a pro-life absolutist. Do I think there's cases where you could make an argument for abortion? Probably, honestly, a minor being raped or something like that. But you can't live in a gray area. You have to be absolute about things. You just have to say that that's God's will, unfortunately. And I think we're drawing to that same point here with this men playing women's sports, women's playing men's sports. You just got to draw a hard line. And you got to be like, no, we just can't do it. Again, I know that's a terrible analogy, but I'm just making a point. You got to dig in your heels and just say, this is what it is. We playing over here and y'all playing over here. Because imagine if the roles were reversed in this and a man was trying to play in a woman's tournament, a mom and her son were trying to play in a woman's tournament, it would be 7 levels of hell rain down from every female in Mississippi that a man was stepping in to play in a women's sport. That's just how I have to look at it. What do you guys think? Should the daughter have been allowed to play? And look, I'm saying this from a dad's point of view. I'd have been disappointed too. I think several different parties are probably at fault at this. If they've played in this tournament for a long time, they've never seen a girl play in it. They maybe should have made a courtesy call. It's like, hey, Bob, can Lauren play in this thing? My other partner ain't going to be able to do it. And boom, a simple yes or no, or let us figure it out. We'll get back with you. A small town country club has now been drug into a very polarizing national conversation that I'm sure they had no interest in wanting to be a part of. Now you've got this family's name who's going to be out there and drug into this because of the Facebook post. I'm sure they're all good people. Hopefully they figure out a way to get this worked out. But it's edgy, but because I think you got to draw a hard line, I'm personally going to stand with the country club on this one because I just know if it was the other way around, we'd be raising 7 levels of hell. So I think the mother handled it other than saying something about it, which, I mean, that's totally up to her. I'm not one to tell people not to vent their emotions on the internet. I do it every day and do it for a living. I thought she handled it very well. She was articulate. She didn't roll anybody under the bus, I didn't think. But it has gone viral. And once you put it on the internet, it's everybody's business. We'll break it down some more. We'll see if anything news breaks of it over the weekend. And I'll talk about it on my radio show Monday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Would love to get you guys' take on it. Were they in the right? Were they in the wrong? The country club? What do you think? Should they have let the girl play? We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind over the weekend. I don't know. But right now, I feel like they made the right call. Tune into the Clay Edwards Show Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 103.9 FM, WYAB. Hit subscribe, like, share. Leave a comment right here below. Let me know what you think. Guys, real quick before I get out of here, are you suffering from low testosterone? You may be and don't even realize that you are. You, my friends, could be a candidate for testosterone replacement therapy. That's right. Men's Health in Mississippi has got you covered. Check it out. I'm going to get you a free screening. Are you suffering from fatigue, decreased muscle tone, lack of energy, low libido? That's your sex drive. Brain fog, sleep disturbances, lack of confidence, man. You could be suffering from low T. I'm going to get you a free screening. Just text my name, Clay, 601-327-8550. That's Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there on Fountains Boulevard in Madison, Mississippi. You can check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com for your free testosterone screening today. Actually, disregard the website. Just text my name, all caps, Clay, 601-327-8550. We appreciate you guys taking the time out of your weekend to watch this video. Again, one last time, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and drop a comment down below. Agree, disagree, or Clay, you're back crap crazy. All of it works good for me. Stay blessed.